Hey, it's Denny from Inspired by Nana. I have my newest journal I just completed. I absolutely love it. I'm calling her Estelle. It's Estelle's diary. See? And this is Estelle. And I just absolutely love it. It's an open spine, so you can see all the pages. I tried to make it look as old and vintagey as I could. And then it has a beaded closure. I also have a ribbon, like a piece of fabric that I put around it just to kind of hold it all together. Here's the back. Like I said, this is Estelle's diary, and she has been on many journeys, and this is her documenting her journeys. So first you just open it up here, and it's got, first off, oh, the little fastener came undone. First it has a little key, and then you just untie it here. If I can get it untied, there we go. And it's held together by two little straps that I made. There we go. It's just some Mod Podged napkin. So I love the way that turned out. First, it's a pocket up top here with journal cards in it and a bookmark with a little pocket. It's lots of sewing in here. And then it comes with this big envelope to put all your goodies in. There's lots of space in here to put things. There's nothing in here now, but when I send it, I'll be adding some stuff. There's already a lot in here. And then here's a little tuck spot behind here. And then this opens. And like I said, there's lots of sewing. You can write all kinds of stuff in here. And then it opens this way, and here's a pocket. And then here's another little flip out right here with a pocket with a tag. And I believe this is like a little tuck spot in here. Unless nope, I thought I did. No tuck spot, but there's a pocket. I've been working on it for so long, I have forgotten what I've done. And that flips out, and you can write inside of there. And then this flips out, and then this part flips out for writing space. And then this is another envelope, with just some writing paper in here. And this is also some decoupaged napkin. I thought it was beautiful. And then you just sew it back together. So the little chain, the little beads that hold it together is just held on by bulldog clips, so it can be completely removed. And I'll tie that back. Here's the first page. It's got a little charm of a rose. And then I just have this included. This is Estelle's boyfriend or fiance. She doesn't know where he's at. So she's been on a journey to find him. And this is from a real old book from 1910. And this is just all she has left of him. And there's a little tuck spot in there. This is how the paper was. I didn't glue that on there. And this is from some old music from 1910 as well. And that's just clipped on the side here. Here's some original ephemera from Sears catalog. I don't know the date, but I thought it was neat. And then here's some decoupage napkin pocket that I did as well, and I just love how that turned out. I just have that down in there with a little cluster, and I left this little tag here so you could put whatever you want there. This is some vintage book page. It's so brittle I have to glue it completely down, which is some scraps here. And then this part, which is some fabrics and laces here and an old vintage button, it just folds out. And then you have writing page here. And then here's a neat little pocket that I made out of a tea bag. So here's the little string to the tea bag. And then stuff just fits back in there. And it's all sewed around. I had so much fun working on this journal and just grunging everything up. That's my favorite. It's just like a vintage, grungy. Some beautiful lace here. And then here's some neat kind of paper. Can't write on it, I don't believe. You could try. I mean, you might be able to, but it's see-through with the flowers. And just some light stenciling. Here's a belly band with a pocket with just some little pieces that you can use throughout. And then the pocket gets caught. There we go. And then this envelope, and it has some goodies in there. Like I said, this just fits down inside. And there's some sewing on here as well. So cute little pocket down there. And I love this ribbon. I thought it was beautiful. I put a little charm here on the side as well. It says beautiful. More writing space. I tried to leave plenty of journaling space. And then some of this ribbon with a little tuck spot with an envelope to add stuff to. And you can decorate the envelope. And then this is a very large pocket. It's an envelope that I added into the signature. And it just has this in here. I figured you could add a picture or whatever. And then I left this blank to write on. And then I thought this was pretty. This is part of her wedding dress. And then here's the other side of that pocket. And inside it has an original ledger page from 1925. And then I just folded it down and put some ribbon, and I folded both sides down and sewed it. So then you have this large pocket here. Coffee stained paper. Just some real pretty stickers. Some old vintage fabric. And here's the other side of that clear paper. Just a little thing that I put up there for you to write on. And some stamping. I just love this stamp, so I used it on all these little small pages here. And then here on this side is an envelope. It's an older envelope. I just aged it a little bit more, and it's got original stamps on it, 2-cent stamps. And then here's some more of ledger, and it's from 1899. And it's J.R. Smith. It's like a contract that he's wrote. I thought that was neat, just something neat to look at. It goes in here, but this could be from her boyfriend or her fiance. I've never really put a story to my journals, but this one I did. Estelle, I thought that was a beautiful name. It's my grandmother's middle name. Her name was Callie Estelle. This is a vintage postcard with this fabric pocket that's been sewn around and stenciled. But I thought having a name to it was, it made it fun. Let me get in the frame here. Here's a mailing envelope, junk mail, and I left a little pocket down here in the bottom. And you could stick something here. And then there's also a pocket in here, of course. And it's got stamping and a little cluster down here. And this is a vintage, I can't remember. It's like an advertisement card. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's original. And that just goes in here. She just picked that up. All this stuff is things that she's picked up on her travels. Here's an original calling card. Turned it into a little pocket. I thought it was beautiful. It's Christ Miller. And then here, this is very old. I'll have to try to find a date on it. but it's these little antiseptic things. If you read it, it's really interesting. It's very delicate. You burn these little papers, and then it's supposedly going to help you from getting sick. So I've had this for a very long time. I've just held on to it, and I thought this was the perfect time to give it away. Here I've just done some different, like, paper dyeing, and just with some flowers. I paint, you know, just took my paintbrush and painted some flowers and that. Here's an old telling about this kind of bird, yellow-headed blackbird. I thought it was cute in there. So you can tuck little things down in here. And then this is just a journal card, like a floating journal card, and I've left a little tuck spot in here. And then here is another one of those large envelopes. I don't even remember what I've stuck in here. Oh, I've had this for a long time too. This is her home that she's had to leave on her journeys. And I don't know if you can see, it's really cute. It's just on a board. I don't know how old it is. It looks very old. And then just a piece of coffee stained paper to write on. Stick that back in there. This is some old, I think it's from the 1923, just an old book page. And I just stuck some old vintage lace up there. And I had it in my bin and something dyed it. I don't even know what, but I thought it was cute, so I just stuck that up there. Here's an adorable little belly band with just all kinds of little pieces of fabrics and papers and stuff. And then this is her old vintage map that she has used for her travels. And I just slide this up underneath here. Is the belly band, and then the belly band has a pocket all the way down the side here where you can stick little cards in that. So I thought that was cute in there. And it has a little girl. She's so cute, and a vintage button. More of that stamping. Just did a ruffle. That was my first ruffle. I think I did really well on that. Really good. I was surprised. Just some old lace. And this is an upper tuck. And then here is with a journaling card. And then here is another piece of the Sears catalog. And look at that. You could get a really fancy hat for $2. I would love to have the money I have now and live back then. Could you imagine? That would be wonderful. Here's another little floating journal card. Just right on the back, and then it's an upper tuck here, and then also you can tuck stuff in the bottom, or if you have something larger, obviously you could put it in both. Let me attach this back. It's raining. If it starts raining too hard, you guys won't be able to hear me because of the metal roof. Here's a tuck here with the journaling card, and here is a little booklet with some coffee stained papers. My daughter had this left over when she printed a digital off of My Porch prints, and she didn't use it. So I thought it looked vintagey, so I thought I'd steal it. So I took it and I used it. Here's more of that decoupaged pocket with some journaling cards. More writing space. This is really cool. I've had this forever too. It's just like an old buckle. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like a horse on it. But it's really neat. And papers slide right in the back of it. And I just have this old piece of music sheet that you could jot down a note in that. And then I left this blank so whoever gets it can kind of decorate it and make it their own. So that's why I didn't attach anything. And it's got some ephemera in this upper tuck here. And that just slides on there. Here's more of that book page from 1923. And this is from 1910, and I thought it was pretty. And then I made it to where it would line up. It says, if you talk in your sleep, don't mention my name. It's from a very large music sheet that I had. So, see, that's the back of it. But I thought it was neat. And this is another one of those large pockets. And then inside of here is another little travel journal that she would carry. And it has plenty of writing space in here. This page here I had to glue down real careful because it's the real old brittle paper. But I thought it was fitting for this. And just some coffee stain paper. And each page is stamped with the number. Front and back. So plenty of writing space in this journal. And then the string, I just have it. I didn't decorate the front. I figured somebody, whoever gets it, would like to decorate it. Somehow they would want it decorated. They could decorate that real cute, and it just goes in this large pocket here. And I just let the strings hang out. There's just a little flip. And then you can write on this. She likes to sketch too on her journey. This is a piece of her old scrapbook. So I did some stenciling and then offset everything. I thought it looked neat, but this is her in her wedding dress. And she's got some letters and that, and then here's a label up at the top, whoever gets it could write on. And then this is also part of her wedding dress. And it's a pocket. And here is a piece of mail. And then the bottom part is a little tuck spot, so you can tuck something in there. A little note or something. And then this just slides back in here. If I can get in here, I might have to wait. It's getting caught on something. There we go. Come on. And then it has an original 2-cent stamp on there. With a little postmark that I stamped. And then it just slides right back down into this pocket. And I kind of grunched it up a little bit so it looked like, because she took this on her travels. And here is a bead hanging off, a vintage bead from her wedding. I just thought that lace was beautiful and it sticks out. And here's a pocket, which is some German page and an old thing for teaching sign language. And it just goes in here. Here's a tiny little upper tuck right there with some lace. And this is part of that 1910 music. And then another one of the bird cards. And then this is also from it. Cute little pocket here with some tickets and that. Some fabric at the bottom. This piece of paper is from that 1923. There's just a little envelope. I thought this paper was beautiful. This is very, very old. It's over 100 years old, and it's an old, I got it from a guy on eBay. It's very sheer. It's just an old handkerchief. It had never been used. I thought it was cute, and I just have it on with this bulldog clip here. But that's her little hanky. Just some stickers and stamping. More journaling space. Here is a page out of like a Bible study book, like a vintage book. It's not out of an actual Bible. And some stenciling. Here is a fabric pocket, and with a fabric label, whoever gets it can stamp their name or whatever they want on here. And it's just an empty envelope, so you'll have plenty of room to put your... I didn't want to fill everything to the brim, because then, you know, they wouldn't have room to put their own stuff. Here is her family. a picture. And then this is just some different techniques that I use with the napkin and some acrylic paints and that. And a little flip out down here that you can write on with a little piece of fabric. With a little, here you can't see it. With a little bead. And then these pockets here, because this does stick if you're not careful, I just added these glassine bag pockets instead, so you can still use them and they won't stick. Your stuff will be safe in there on both sides. With some more sewing, just a piece of cheesecloth or that Bible book or religious book. It's not a Bible, like I said. Here's a glassine bag, and it's just got, you can just stick stuff in there, and then you can add plenty of stuff into this glassine bag. And I just have it slid right under the paper clip here. More writing. Here's another floating journal card with a pocket. I just have this in there to write on. Then also a piece of that music sheet, and then you can write all on the back. Here is a tuck spot, which is some old coffee stain paper to write on. And I absolutely love this ribbon. It's beautiful, and it's older. I don't know how old, but it is older. More writing. This was on there, all this. So somebody was doing some math. Here's one of the CD cases. So you just slide stuff in there. And right now I just have this bird cage picture in there. I thought it was pretty. But you can remove it. I did not glue it down. Here's a little tuck spot on the back. Some more journaling cards. Another one of the vintage postcards. Another large journaling card. And another piece of the Sears magazine where you can get like little bird cages, it looks like, some tools. It's really interesting to look at because if you can read it, the writing is so small, I'm not able to read it. But like a lot, like this thing, I don't know what it is, I can't read it, but it's 23 cents. It's just interesting. And then have this little piece of lacy applique stuff. I don't know what you call it. And you can also store stuff in behind that is a pocket. And it's got a vintage button right here. And then on her travels, she loved music, so she went and seen like a play. And whoever was in the play, actually Edna Smith signed it and dated it April 10/10. So that's original. So I thought this was neat. I thought I'd just include that because I thought it looked cute in here. And then here's the back cover. And then again, there's the back. So on her journeys, she not only carried her journal, but she also had a little goodie bag that she would carry. And she would put all kinds of cute little things in here, like little vintage buttons and stuff that she would find on her way. And then as well as, the reason I have the big string is she would also carry, hold on, let me grab it, her Bible, her vintage Bible. And this is pretty old too. This is from 1948 to Betty. But I'm going to include this as well because you can't travel without your Bible. So it's pretty fragile. And like I said, it's 1948. So it's pretty old. It's 75 years old. So she would travel with her diary and her goodies and her Bible. And that's what she would travel with. Well, if you like it, it's now available in my Etsy shop, Inspired by Nana. And you guys take care and God bless. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.